Hello YouTube, it's Census Prime here back at you with another video review. Well, not video review, but I've finally come to realize that is my main catchphrase of my channel, as everyone has one. If you don't, get one. A signature opening phrase or something. But, in this video, I will be responding to the review spots, getting to know you since this video. So, let's go ahead and get started. Question number 1. How long have you been collecting? Well, to answer your question, it really depends on what. It first started off with Transformers toys. I did upload a video a couple months back, or years ago back, showing you the very first Transformer I got. I started with him, and I built onto other figures, worked my way up from there. But then I branched out. I started collecting other figures other than Transformers in 2008. Started with an Iron Man figure, and slowly branched out from there. But I still do collect action figures, and that's one of the main things I collect. And I collect other stuff too, but that's in the next question. What is the main thing you collect? Well, it's really a tie between 3 different things. For one, it's toys, my Dark of the Moon Megatron, my Green Lantern Sinestro, so I have a little bit of a variety. And I also collect DVDs, and I also accept movie and superhero apparel. Like in several of my videos from the past, I've been seen wearing an Optimus Prime costume t-shirt. I think that got me really my signature style back then. I haven't worn it in a little while. I might do that in future videos, maybe this summer. But I collect other stuff too. I collect toys, DVDs, not just other DVDs. I have a whole stack over here which just toppled in my first take of this video. It's a pretty long stack too. But I've been collecting toys, DVDs, movies, and other stuff. So yeah. What is the origin of your YouTube screen name? That's a good one.
I hear that from your voice, boy.
To answer your question, to learn my real name, I know in the past I've said my name is Chris. It's not really my real name. Check my Facebook. Oh, I'm pointing the wrong way. Check my Facebook for my real name. I'm not gonna give it out here on YouTube. If you want to know anything about me, my name, my hometown, anything, go to my Facebook. But basically, when I was creating my character name, because I wanted a Transformers nickname when I was a kid, I combined it with Optimus Prime and tried to get a couple possibilities, and I ended up with Census Prime. Question number 4. What is the one toy / collectible turned out to be better than you thought it would once you bought it? Well, that's really a tough one, because I've bought a lot of figures that I've been pleased with, but there hasn't really been one that I've been extremely pleased with. I mean, to name a few, there was my War for Cybertron Optimus Prime. I thought I would really have a problem with it because I had thought it would be a complicated transformation. Not really. I've spent several days or hours playing with that thing, and if I had to keep keep this one Optimus Prime, it'd probably be that one. So that's definitely one of them. What toy collectible do you regret buying and didn't find it lived up to your expectations, and why? Well, to be honest, it would probably have to be... This is a tough one. I've really bought a lot of figures that have been, I've been pleased with. But, to be honest, Sinestro here was a little bit of a disappointment. I was disappointed in the lack of articulation. I was really hoping he'd be a lot more articulated than the preview figure. I was really disappointed, and this ring was also a big disappointment. I'm a lot happier with this ring that I will be wearing for the majority of the video. That one figure was really disappointing to me because I thought they'd be more articulated, and I thought the rings were like these Blackest Night rings, and they'd be wearable by adults. I was fairly disappointed. What is the one thing you deserve to be made into a toy/collectible? Now, I've spent a couple hours pondering on this, because there's been a couple possibilities. At one point, I wanted to see a figure of Johnny Five from the Short Circuit movies, because I really love Short Circuit 2, I like Short Circuit, and I thought Johnny Five was such an awesome character, and I'd love to have a figure of him. But that was already made by Jaws Robotics. I have yet to order mine. I might do it eventually. Another one I really considered was making a hot... If you saw Sean's shout-out video he made last year on October 10th, I asked him if Hot Toys made a figure of Christopher Johnson from District 9 or Sonny from iRobot, would he buy them? And he answered he'd get both. I would love to see figures of them, but to be honest, if really anything, in terms of making something into a toy or a collectible, I would really would love to, I don't really even know how to answer that. Because I want to say the right thing, but I don't also want to say the wrong thing either. But I don't really want to. So I can't really answer that, but there are tons of things. But to name a few, oh, what's to name a few? There's so many, to be honest with you, I would love to see a, I'd like to see a figure. I would have loved it if NECA maybe had made a figure of Christopher Johnson from District 9, or Sonny from iRobot. Not even Hot Toys, but NECA I'd be happy with. That's one thing. I would also love to see a line. I would have also loved to see a figure of... I'd also like to see, I'm not really sure if they consider this a toy, but I would like to see a, I would like to see someone design a skateboard to look like the hoverboard from Back to the Future. Or maybe even like a surfboard, or even a wave board, or some sort of board to use in water as a hoverboard. But I really don't know what to really answer that. What is the most you have ever spent on a toy/collectible, and what was it? Now that's another tough one, because I've spent a lot of money on tons of different figures. But I think, I'm not really sure about this, but I think the most I ever spent on a single toy, I believe, I could be wrong, but it was my Encore Omega Supreme. I spent $90 on that. Actually, it wasn't that. It was my BotCon box set, which I have right over there. My G2 Redux sets. That's the most I ever spent. Have you ever had a moment during your collecting where you thought about stopping collecting altogether, and if so, what got you interested in collecting again? Nothing's really stopped me before. I mean, I'm 15 years old, and I'm a freshman in high school, and I'm gonna be a sophomore in August. So eventually I am gonna give up, I'm gonna stop collecting and start selling some of my stuff. But I'm gonna keep a few essentials, like my 20th anniversary Prime over there, my DeLorean, my Voltron, maybe my Predators, and that Transformer dispenser I might keep. Most of my Optimuses I'm keeping. I'm gonna get rid of, sell my other Transformers, but the majority of it is gonna get sold by the time I have to go to college, and I might have given up on YouTube by then, but we'll find out. I hope I can be on YouTube for a long time. Number 9, and the last question. What do you consider to be your holy grail, the one thing you haven't gotten yet and would like to? Well, to answer that question, let me answer that question with a question. Does it have to be from something specific? It really depends on what franchise it is. If it's Transformers, to be honest, if it's Transformers, I would love to get a Generation 1 Fortress Maximus, even though I don't have anywhere to put it in this room because it's so tiny. Literally, my brother's room is actually bigger than mine. But yeah, in Transformers, it'd probably be a G1 Fort Max. In terms of other stuff, like Kamen Rider, I would love to get my hands on a Deca Driver. or a double driver. Either will do, but my preference is the Deca driver, because if you follow me on Facebook, I think you might know this, but Kamen Rider Decade is my absolute favorite rider. I know some people are going to say to me, "Oh, come on, pick somebody else. This guy's better, or this guy's way awesomer." Well, Decade can become other riders. So put that in a fork and take that fork and stab it through your heart. But, I have pretty much a holy grail for everything I'm interested in. If the interest has got, that franchise has got merchandise. Like, me being a, Back to the Future fan, I would love to have an actual DMC-12 DeLorean car modified to be the DeLorean Time Machine. I would love that. I really would. Me being a Death Race fan, I would like to have a replica of Frankenstein's mask, specifically from Death Race 1. Me being a Tron fan, maybe I might like a custom motorcycle looking like a light cycle, or maybe even a identity disc, or something like that. So basically, I have a holy grail for every one of my interests. So, hopefully that answers your questions. Spot, if you're watching, I hope maybe this might help you get some nice stuff for reviews, maybe try to spark my interest, and maybe, help your other viewers. If you watch other responses, and if you're watching other responses, not just your own, or if you're just doing this to get to know other collectors, I'm a good guy. Definitely check me out. Fan me on Facebook. The link is over there on my channel description, or down there if you're watching it in the description, or also over there if you're on my channel. So I guess that's about it. Later, guys. I am out of here.